Hi, I'm Phil, and I'm here to share with you some of my artistic endeavors I've created during Pokemon's heyday in 1999. All of these pictures, except for some, were drawn during that time, and hey, if you really hate stuff like this and consider it a total waste of time, I'm sorry to bother you. But if you're totally cool with it, check out some embarrassing and stupid things, and these are just some, I've got plenty more, I've done. Including my own idiotic made-up Pokemon, story ideas for movies, and general illustrations in what I was hoping to make concerning Pokemon. And it was just the beginning of a bigger idea me and my friends made during the Gold and Silver days. So I hope you laugh at many of these drawings I did as a kid. Without further to say, here we go. Okay, first off, this is a crayon pencil drawing of Alakazam. I wanted to illustrate Pokemon cards, so I practiced. Then, oh yeah, the infamous one-horned Charizard. Back before I knew Charizard had two horns, since every product with Charizard used pictures where only one horn was visible. And here's Mew, with really large chipmunk cheeks. I guess it's storing its psychic energy with those giant cheeks. Oh yeah, I drew this angry picture after I got annoyed with kids who were like, "Mew is the strongest Pokemon ever!" Yeah, I was quite vengeful as a child. Oh look, I drew this for Christmas. You've got Pokemon delivering presents, Nidoking bumped into Mewtwo who's angry, everyone's wearing Santa hats and earmuffs, and... look, a Sandshrew. Pikachu is creepishly winking, and Meowth has a flasher coat of some kind. Forget that. Speaking of that, I find it really interesting to redraw older ideas I had as a kid, so what you're seeing is just that. Oh man, I remember I wanted to make a Pokemon caring book as a kid. Notice how I spelled caring. Yeah, this didn't go far. Oh, and here's Professor Oak and a bunch of random Pokemon rapping Pokerap. Apparently not so well since the notes are ugly. Look at those shoes. And here's one of the many made-up Pokemon by me, and oh, this is a pre-evolution of Ponyta, and I named it Flamer. Yeah. Flamer, okay. Ooh, a rather scandalous picture of Misty I drew and colored because I wanted to be a Pokemon card game illustrator. So I drew this because it was pretty much what Misty looks like in the Game Boy game. Ah, and here's a scene from Phil's Adventures, or my little made-up thing, where I tried desperately to imitate Mato's art style who drew the Pokemon Adventure manga. Look at those proportions. And yeah, apparently my Pokemon found a giant tub of popcorn. Geodude's evolving after the battle! Phil looks happy. His Pokemon have eaten all the popcorn, or is Geodude just letting out a huge fart? Okay. Oh no, he evolved into a gigantic, chunky Graveler. Look at Phil cry in happiness. Attempting Mato style again. Misty angry that Phil won and insisting he cheated. And Phil doesn't have any shoulders. This is supposed to be right in front of Bill's house, I think. And this is Picasso perspective. Wow, look at those fingers. Also, Phil's not saying hi, but he. I didn't know how to spell that properly. Oh man, the infamous Pokemon battle figure contest I wanted to host. The rules. And there's a Blastoise mercilessly attacking an Eevee. Yikes. Retarded Bulbasaur with retarded Shadow. I don't even remember why I drew this. More Pokemon frolicking in the natural habitat. Wait, is Squirtle flipping us off or something? Oh dear, make fun of this, please. So terrible. Some terrible made-up Pokemon. Flamingy, and Peligi. How'd I pronounce those anyway? Ditto's evolutions I stupidly made up. Dittorino and Blatu. What kind of names are those? And why does Ditto have to evolve anyway? They all look alike! I mean, what's the point? Ah, never mind. You can't argue with this 5th grade logic. And there's also Tauros' evolution. For the record, I'm not a fan of having new evolutions given to old Pokemon, but apparently I was when I was a kid. Okay, here comes some pages from the Pokemon caring book I wanted to make. I wrote all the stats of Bulbasaur and attacks, and even illustrated the attacks used by Bulbasaur. So I thought I could make a book out of this by doing that to every Pokemon. I stopped at Bulbasaur, of course. And more pages from the Caring Book. Notice how I spelled Squirtle. And I wanted to also write down for each Pokemon its happiness and moods and favorite foods. You know, how to take care of them. I stopped after the second page with Wartortle. Yep, dedication is my middle name. And look at that weird, retarded Wartortle. Nice line, too. And look, I drew Erica! I think I was trying to do another Pokemon guidebook with this, as I have a badge drawn there as well. Look at those eyes. And, oh man, more hilariously horrible Pokemon I made up. I have nothing to say. Ah yes, Pinsir evolves into a giant spider thing called Spinner. How imaginative. And here's Phil, a Pokemon trainer based off of me, of course. The character's personality is illustrated in this picture. And once Gold and Silver came out, we had more friends to make up stories with, which I'll talk about in detail some other time. And check this out. I made up a rocket duo of some sort, a Pokemon movie I wanted to make when I was 10. I uploaded this to DeviantArt recently to ask what names to give them, and I got some cool suggestions. These two would have been called Mike and Coppola. And notice I tried updating their shirt design, but it's horrible. And they have a Meoween, a female Meowth I made up, because this was before Pokemon genders and Gold and Silver. Anyway, in this movie I have no memory of, apparently Brock would fall for the blue-haired chick called Coppola, and Meowth with Meoween. Yeah, whatever. A few months ago I decided to redraw Coppola, and there you go. Official art. Now comes the line of the seemingly infinite Charizard evolutions I made. Charizard was my favorite Pokemon until I discovered Haunter and Mewtwo, and this guy's called Charizard 3. Why? Because on Beckett Pokemon Collector they had a little picture of a Charizard figure. And that picture said Charizard 2. But I didn't read the little quotation mark on the side which means Charizard 2 inches. And some kids at my school told me it was the new Charizard evolution called Charizard 2. I was upset at this because it looked exactly like a Charizard, no different at all. So in revenge I made Charizard 3, which would evolve into Char-God. And here are more Charizard evolutions. They never stop evolving, do they? Char and Char Blaster. Wow, this is stupid. And there's the notorious Char-God. I used to really like Char-God, and I wanted it to be the most powerful dragon, ghost, fire Pokemon ever. Yes, that's 3 types. Oh man, that is stupid. And why ghost? Never mind. So anyway, I don't want this to go any longer, and even though there are more drawings, I hope you were entertained by this little glimpse into a kid's stupid imagination in 1999 about Pokemon. Thanks for watching.